Hey guys, today we're going to be doing some final Oscar predictions. The big night is upon us, and I wanted to get my thoughts out. I wanted to do some last minute predictions because I feel like I'm going to be extremely right, and I want to get that out there to the world. So I have my Gold Derby pulled up here. I'm sorry if it's a little blurry. I just spent like an hour trying to figure this out, and it's not working. But let's do it. Make your predictions. I'm going to try and beat motherfucker 617 here. So we'll start with, this website sucks. So the top choice, obviously Oppenheimer. I feel like this is, I would put Poor Things over the Holdovers. Not that it really matters, but yeah, Oppenheimer has this in the bag for many reasons. I feel like it's been unstoppable, which, you know, I'm gonna be happy to see it win. That's gonna be great, but it is a little boring now. I don't know. I'm always like a little bummed when I have such a clear idea going into the awards, like who's gonna win Best Picture. It makes it a little bit less exciting. I like when there's two pitting up against each other. But yeah, to see Oppenheimer win is gonna be great. I like that movie, and you know, there's no problem with that. Save and exit. For Best Director, I also think Christopher Nolan has it in the bag. I don't think there's much of a case for Yorgos Lanthimos. He hasn't won a ton of things as far as I'm concerned. It just seems like Nolan's year. And if he gets this, he's definitely got Best Picture, so save and exit. Okay, Best Actress. This one is kind of up in the air, to be honest. This is actually the first tough one because I know a lot of people are now predicting Lily Gladstone over Emma Stone after the SAG. I think I'm going to also predict Lily Gladstone. I think it's possible. This is not about personal picks, you know. I love Emma Stone, but I would love to see Lily Gladstone get it. That's my personal pick. I'm thinking back to last year, and it was the whole Cate Blanchett versus Michelle Yeoh thing. And I think Michelle Yeoh had a much bigger advantage over Cate Blanchett. But I think there was a general vibe of like, well, Cate already has an award and Michelle Yeoh doesn't. And that's kind of what's happening here is like Emma Stone already won and not even that long ago. So I don't know. I think that might play into this. I think Academy voters, if you saw Killers of the Flower Moon, you know Lily Gladstone's amazing. I'm just going to manifest it. I'm really hoping for that. Okay. Yeah, it's probably going to be Cillian Murphy. I love both of these men, you know, don't get me wrong, but I kind of wanted to see Paul Giamatti get it. I don't think he has much of a chance, to be honest. The whole Cillian Murphy winning SAG thing, it's like that was a pretty hard lock for the award. I mean, there's always an upset. There's always the chance of an upset, but I feel like just being the leading man in a biopic has a lot going for him. But at the same time, you look at last year, and I feel like the Oscars love giving career awards, you know what I mean? I just feel like it's rarely an upset, though, in the Best Actor category. I haven't witnessed that in a while. You know what? Maybe this is the one I'm crazy about. I'm going to go Paul Giamatti. You got to have a crazy bet in there. We don't even need to really talk about Best Supporting Actress. I feel like this is the most obvious award of the night besides Zone of Interest. Da'Vine Joy Randolph has this in the bag, and she deserves it. She will deserve that thing in the bag. I'll put a super bet on that one. Best Supporting Actor, also pretty locked in. Yeah, when I look at the rest of this, there's no chance anyone else is winning. I don't know if I'll use my super bet on this. There's just no chance. It's not even that Robert Downey Jr. is so locked in, but it's just that none of the other nominees really have that power, so I think it's pretty obvious he's going to take it. Best Adapted Screenplay. They're predicting American Fiction? Really? I think it's going to be Barbie, right? Feel like it's going to be Barbie. Has to be Barbie. I guess there is a chance that it could be American Fiction. I'm sticking with Barbie. I guess I'll put American Fiction second, but I was not been paying attention to this one, I guess. What's the case against Barbie? I'm going to lock in Barbie. I feel confident about that. Not a super bet, though. Let's see, original screenplay. I would love to see May December get this, but obviously it's not. I think Anatomy of a Fall over the Holdovers for sure. Yeah, I don't know what's against it, really. I think it's a screenplay movie, and it won the Golden Globe, which was huge. I feel pretty certain it'll be Anatomy of a Fall. I wouldn't be upset if it was the Holdovers either. Honestly, well, not Maestro. Maestro has a terrible script. I don't know why that's here. Cinematography, we do not need to talk about this one, except, you know, what I will say is that I wish Poor Things was the front runner. I get why it's Oppenheimer. Obviously, it's the biggest one. I personally, I loved Killers of the Flower Moon. I will go hard for it in most categories. I don't feel too strongly about its cinematography. I think the cinematography is just good. I would obviously love to see Poor Things take this, but I think there's no chance it's not Oppenheimer. Costume design. This is when it gets tricky. I know this is kind of one of the hardest categories of the night because Barbie and Poor Things are so neck and neck. I think I might go. Yeah, shit. The thing about these is that usually when it's one, it ends up winning everything. And maybe that's Barbie this time. Maybe Barbie's the one that wins. Yeah, I'm gonna go Barbie. I'm thinking, my logic behind this is I think back to like Black Panther, which was like the big box office hit of the year, and that swept a lot of the technicals. I know it's completely different, but I just, that's kind of how I'm viewing Barbie. It was so big and had such a vibrant and loud aesthetic that maybe that will take it. Editing, probably Oppenheimer, and deserves it. That's my pick. I would honestly, I love the editing in all of these, but it would be amazing to see Oppenheimer taken, and I think it will. Makeup and hairstyling. Really, Maestro's the number one? I guess Maestro is about to win this award, isn't it? Oh my god, it is. I mean, I'd love to see it go to Poor Things, but I don't think Poor Things has enough going for it. And Maestro, that's like the whole movie. I guess I'll vote Maestro. Damn, Maestro's gonna win an award. I have not thought about that. My personal pick, I would have gone Society of the Snow. I've thought about this a lot over the last few days, and I think Society of the Snow, out of this bunch, has the most impressive VFX, and I would have loved to see it get it. I don't think it will. Production design, yeah, I think it's going to be Barbie, just because of the whole Barbie. So here's the snowball effect of this. Barbie went really hard in the promo for its production design. They had that whole Barbie Dreamhouse thing. There was like tours of the set. They're really like hammering home that aspect of it. Even Greta Gerwig, every interview, she's like talking about the production design. That's like such an insane part about it. So I think it definitely has production design in the bag. I personally like Poor Things a bit more. And I think because it has production design, the way my mind works is that it also has costume for some reason. I don't know the stats. I don't know if those two awards go hand in hand in the past, but that's my logic behind production design and costume going to Barbie. Save and exit. I'm not confident about that at all. Best score, yeah, probably Oppenheimer. There is the chance they'll give it to Robbie Robertson, but yeah, probably not. And I think it deserves it. I will say it's going to get a little boring watching the Oscars that night and hearing the same Oppenheimer score over and over again every time it gets an award. But you know what? It deserves it. That is the crazy thing about it. Best song, yes, definitely What Was I Made For. As much as it would be great to see I'm Just Ken get it, I think What Was I Made For is the better song. I love that song. I'll admit, I feel like Billie Eilish has been on the road a lot campaigning for this. Like, I feel like she has been doing every press event ever. So I think she's like really going hard for this award, and I think she'll get it. Yeah, as long as Flamin' Hot doesn't get it. This is when you have to make an interesting decision. I think I'm going to go Zone of Interest. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Zone of Interest. I think that it's just that's what I want. That's the thing. That's what I want. But will it win? I feel like I don't know, just because it's different, because it stands out a bit next to these others. I'm going to regret this, but I'm locking that in. I'm locking in Zone of Interest. All right, best visual effects. Really? Godzilla's leading. I guess it is. Oh my god, it is. It totally is. I can see the creator being an upset for people, but I really like both of these. I think I'll play it safe and stick with Godzilla -1. I think that movie has so much love. I mean, way more love compared to the rest of these. I guess Mission Impossible also has love, but people go hard for Godzilla. Yeah, I think that's a lock. All right, this next one is going to be interesting. Animated feature. I'm locking in Boy and the Heron. I know that's crazy. I know it is. But there's just something about it. There's something in the air where I feel like they're going to go Boy and the Heron. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be incredible. I feel like the fact that we know there's a third Spider-Verse coming, there's always that thing where they're like, maybe we'll save it for then. I personally think that this Spider-Verse is better than the first one, speaking in terms of the animation, but I don't know if the Academy will see it that way, or whoever's in charge of voting for this. I don't think it's different enough for them to, go for it. Whereas Boy and the Heron is kind of like a Miyazaki moment. I think they want to give it to Miyazaki. I don't know. The only thing is that Boy and the Heron is like not the most lovable movie. I feel like there's a lot of people who didn't vibe with it. Still locking it in. I'm still locked. I feel more confident about it than Spider-Verse. Best documentary feature. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be 20 Days. And it deserves it. Yeah, I personally would pick Four Daughters over it. But as far as, brave documentary filmmaking goes, I think this is like one of the strongest examples of that. Let's see. Best international. This is when I'm going to use my other super bet, just because obviously if the film is nominated for Best Picture, but yeah, I mean, obviously it's going to be The Zone of Interest, and personally, yeah, I would pick The Zone of Interest. A lot of good films in here, though. All right, best animated short. They're saying Letter to a Pig. I don't think that's the case. I think it's definitely War is Over. War is Over just has that, like, name behind it. But then again, the name doesn't always win. But I feel like War is Over, it was the last one in the shorts block. It's, you know, John Lennon, song that everybody loves. Very safe, but different enough. You know, people are going to be mad about it, too. And that's why it'll win. Best documentary short. They're saying it's going to be ABCs of Book Banning. Oh, man. I would obviously go Nine and WIPO. I think that's leagues better. I don't know what to do here. I don't want to pick ABCs of Book Banning, but I'm gonna. Fuck. That's going to be so upsetting. Okay, best live action short. Yes. I said it before and I'll say it again. It's cheesy to pick the A-list guy, but I love Wes Anderson and I want to see him get an Oscar, and I think he's going to get an Oscar. And that's it. Wow. That went by quick. Well, those are my nominations. I don't even know if I'll upload this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the other side of the ceremony. Bye-bye.